Finish the work. In this sixth and final sermon in this series, we come back to where we started, 2 Corinthians 8:7. But since you excel in everything, in faith, in speech, in knowledge, in complete earnestness, and in the love we have kindled in you, see that you also excel in this grace of giving. But Paul continues with further instructions in verse 8. I am not commanding you, but I want to test the sincerity of your love by comparing it with the earnestness or eagerness of others. For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich for your sakes, he became poor, so that through his poverty he might become rich. So here's my advice about what is best for you in this matter. Last year you were the first not only to give, but also to have the desire to do so. Now finish the work, so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it, according to your means. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable to what one has, not according to what he does not have. There is a twofold purpose for this concluding sermon. First, make sure that the people in your congregation see what Paul is commanding. This is nothing new. In fact, it was written of old. The things God does, his sufficiency, his generosity, his goodness, and his righteousness are right and will continue to be right forever. This means that the things we do with God's resources meets his approval and will endure forever. As the late Dr. Eugene Peterson paraphrased Psalm 112, verse 9, he throws caution to the winds, giving to the needy in reckless abandon. His right living, right giving ways never run out, never wear out. This is God's model for his church. This is God's model for his people. Oh, that this might be true for your church, for you, and for me. It may be hard for the people in your congregation to imagine, but there's more wonder. Wonder mixed with a mystery. People, gripped by the supreme sacrifice of Christ, and revitalized by the extravagant generosity of God lavished upon them by his giving, respond with remarkable expressions of gratitude, joy, prayer, and praise. I'm trying to describe worship that is beyond explanation, worship that kindles a firestorm of lavish giving that pours out and spills over in every direction, igniting more worship, more giving, and worship that fills the earth with the glory of God. You've heard me say before, this kind of giving cannot be forced. There is no prescribed formula, no meticulously crafted program, such as the 40 days to a giving church, nor any amount of badgering that can generate true, gospel-inspired giving. Outside of a robust and maturing relationship with Christ, the giving life is not possible. Nothing short of our passionate pursuit of the generous one, Jesus Christ, can kindle such a vibrant, life-changing, deeply satisfying, and redemptive life. Everything else is a shoddy imitation, a mockery of the gospel. There are no words that describe the greatness and the grandness of this mysterious marvel. It's a great gift in and of itself. Like Paul, all we can say is, thanks be to God for this mysterious, indescribable gift of God. Paul's words remind me of the beautiful worship chorus, indescribable, written by Chris Tomlin. Indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing, God. All-powerful, untamable. Awestruck, we fall to our knees as we humbly proclaim, You are amazing, God. Isn't that a great line? Awestruck, we fall to our knees. I commend this hymn of praise to you. Secondly, the call to action for this sermon is designed to grow and mature the people in your congregation in the grace of giving. For the past 5 weeks, you practice giving intangibles such as time and talent, even a few of their material possessions, such as food from the gardens. This week, challenge your congregation to continue to give their time, talents, and material resources, but challenge them to give their money, whether they have much or little, by giving just a little more than they ordinarily give to the ministries of your church for the next 12 months. I provide specific instructions about the call to action in another Diving Deeper session linked to this sermon. So what's the headline for this sermon? Now, finish the work. This is what belonging to God is all about. Only when we are captured by the reality of Christ's generosity are we freed to enthusiastically participate in God's plan to restore, to redeem all things. We're freed to give revival, freed to give refreshing, freed to give the long-looked-for Jubilee, and freed to create zones of liberation, zones of redemption, and restore shalom to the weary world around them. When we are giving, we are doing more than stewarding God's generosity and His stuff. We are stewarding God's heart of generosity. We are fulfilling God's purpose for us, filling the earth with the glory of God through our giving. This is what belonging to God is all about. It's important to point out here that the very practice, the very action of giving nurtures and matures our faith. Practicing giving and living the generous life enables us to take hold of the life that is truly life right now, but we're also storing up treasure in heaven for a future life. It's true. It's really true. It's more deeply satisfying to give than to receive.